Can you even imagine a world where our roads aren't filled with tanks like this, or this, or this? While these EVs are super cool in their own right, they really don't meet the needs of everyday people in their everyday commutes, the vast majority of the time. What people should strive for is efficiency and sustainability, rather than these overpriced, overbuilt machines that are unnecessary the majority of the time. There's one company that believes that they can do it better than the rest. Meet Aptera. Imagine maximizing efficiency and sustainability in our daily commute with a vehicle that's unlike anything you've ever seen before. Now, not only is this Aptera really efficient, it's also designed with top-tier safety features and practicality for everyday use, which we'll dive into a little later in the video. Now, the real sticking point of the Aptera and why it's so popular among enthusiasts is the fact that it's completely solar powered. Now, of course, you can charge it through a charging cable like any other electric vehicle, but the company claims that this vehicle can gain up to 40 miles per day straight through solar power, with solar panels on the front of the car, the dashboard, and the rear of the car. This means that you may never have to ever plug this thing in. They also claim that it's capable of over 1,000 miles per charge, breaking all EV standards. I understand this might sound like a pipe dream to many, and maybe it is, but Aptera has a good standing to make this dream a reality. 17,000 people have provided an investment of $13 million as starting capital for this young company. That's touted as the most successful crowdfunding campaign ever in history. Additionally, earlier this month, they raised another $60 million from US Capital Group, a large investment company. Now, this $60 million is enough to provide cash to build 10 to 12 validation prototypes, complete with crash testing, and then manufacture 10 to 15 production intent vehicles that will be sold to the public. Speaking of production vehicles, the company touts a number of 48,000 pre-orders waiting for their first Aptera to come out. Now, with this new vehicle, efficiency is the name of the game. They're unmatched in their energy efficiency compared to typical EVs like the ones I mentioned before. It charges 3 times faster, and it gets 3 times longer range than any of those vehicles. The charging options are also a lot more accessible. With a 110-volt outlet like the one for your iPhone, it'll get 13 miles of range per hour, up to 150 miles overnight, meaning that you may never have to go to a charging station if you don't want to, in addition to the solar power. Now, if you do choose to go to a roadside charging station, you can get up to 100 miles in a mere 10 minutes. But I imagine for the vast majority of owners, charging right alongside their iPhone is going to be more than enough, which really makes it stand out among EVs, considering that's a big additional cost associated with a lot of EVs, that installation of expensive hardware or having to stop by oftentimes overcrowded charging stations. Now, Aptera also believes that consumers deserve the right to repair their vehicles. In a world where manufacturers limit access to repairs and information regarding repairs, Aptera empowers owners by making these repairs straightforward and accessible. Whether it's you performing the repairs or the auto shop down the street, the documentation is meant to be straightforward and understandable by the average Joe. Additionally, they plan on making every part of the car have a QR code to allow for further documentation, videos, and instructions as to how to repair or replace any piece. Speaking of the pieces of the car, there are only 6 main components, meaning that manufacturing the car and repairing it should be a straightforward process. This is another advantage that Aptera holds over other EV manufacturers. They don't need expensive equipment to manufacture the car. They can do it all by hand, which speeds up the process, makes it a lot cheaper, and makes it a lot more viable long term. Now let's move on to safety features. As you can tell, this is a small car, which comes with its own set of challenges. By a world dominated by SUVs, trucks, and larger sedans, it's imperative that Aptera really prioritizes safety. Otherwise, people aren't going to feel okay getting in their car, driving from point A to point B. They need to feel confident that the tires aren't going to slip, that if they do get in an accident, they'll be safe. Aptera claims that they'll have anti-lock braking, forward collision warning, airbags, and parking assist. There will also be 4 external cameras for enhanced visibility. Now, Aptera also claims that it'll be ready for any weather, including snow, wind, or rain. I'm somewhat skeptical, considering the small nature of the car. I can only imagine it weighs so much, and that might cause some problems down the line. But I'm keeping an open mind, and I'm hoping for the best. So how is the pricing on this vehicle going to work? Aptera claims that their starting price will be around $26,000, but we're still yet to see, considering there are no production vehicles yet. Speaking of production vehicles, Aptera's movement towards their production timeline is slow moving, but on schedule. They plan on beginning production in early 2025. as we've only seen prototypes up to this point. Only time will tell if Aptera will be able to fulfill their mission to create an alternative, sustainable transportation method that I think is severely lacking in the US market. With its innovative design, unmatched efficiency, and commitment to sustainability, Aptera represents a bold step into the future of transportation. Could this be the future? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thanks for making it this far in the video with me. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe for any other updates regarding Aptera. And make sure to comment down below again with any questions you might have about the company, any concerns, or excitement. I really hope this company makes it far, and I will be keeping an eye on it. Make sure you stay tuned for more.